Hi students, today we are going to start our second lecture of second topic trigonometry part 1. In first lecture of our trigonometry, we have learned the general trigonometric ratios or the trigonometric ratios of any angle. Then the signs of trigonometric functions, then the trigonometric ratios or functions of quadrantal angles. Now we will learn the trigonometric ratios or functions of some specific angles. Actually, those quadrantal angles are also specific, but now we will take the angles in quadrant. Here, specific angles is nothing but some particular angles in quadrants. Particular angles in quadrant. For example, we will take one angle which is in first quadrant, one example of angle in second quadrant, third example of angle from third quadrant, and one from fourth quadrant. Okay. So we will see here four different cases or four specific angles and their trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions means all trigonometric functions. Okay. Let us start with one angle in first quadrant, and we will take here the measure of angle as 60 degree. Okay. Let us see first example of angle having measure 60 degree. (60° is nothing but pi by 3 radian. Here point P having coordinates x and y, the inclination of line OP is 60. It means the angle made by that line OP with positive direction of x-axis is equal to 60 degree. Let us draw perpendicular from point P on x-axis. Let the foot of the perpendicular be, let us take the next point, that is Q. So we get triangle OPQ, in which angle O is equal to 60, this Q is 90, so this angle will be of measure 30 degree. So let us start with, consider PXY such that angle XOP is equal to 60 degree. Then draw perpendicular, the second, draw PQ perpendicular to OX. This PQ is on x-axis, therefore triangle OPQ is a 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle. Is it okay? Because this has measure 60, this is right angle, so its measure is 30. So triangle is 30, 60, 90. Now consider a point PXY on a unit circle. Such that angle XOP equal to 60, or on a unit circle or on a standard unit circle. We are taking here standard unit circle. Therefore, this triangle OAP is a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Therefore, by using the rules or properties of 30, 60, 90, the side opposite to 30 is half of the hypotenuse OP. Therefore, OP is equal to half of, OQ is equal to half of OP. that is equal to half. because OP is equal to 1. So half into 1, that is equal to half. And second PQ, that is the side opposite to PQ side opposite to 60 degree. It is root 3 times 2, root 3 upon 2 times hypotenuse OP. So it is equal to root 3 upon 2 into 1, that is same as root 3 upon 2. So we get OP and OQ. So this OQ is equal to half and PQ is equal to root 3 upon 2. Is it okay? It's very simple because we have done all these in geometrical part of 9th class. Now at this stage, now we know all the three sides of this triangle 30, 60, 90. So we can write the trigonometric functions. Now sin theta means sin 60 equal to sin 60 means sin theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. Sin theta is opposite side upon hypotenuse, that is equal to PQ upon OP, and it is equal to root 3 upon 2 upon 1, that is equal to root 3 upon 2, that is sin 60. Okay. Now the second one, cos 60. Cos 60 is nothing but, now no need to write always opposite side upon hypotenuse, you can write directly the sides. Here cos 60 is adjacent upon hypotenuse, so adjacent side is OQ upon hypotenuse is OP, so it is equal to half upon 1, so it is equal to half. Then tan 60. Tan 60 is nothing but, now as all these trigonometric ratios, point is in first quadrant, so all trigonometric ratios will be positive. So tan 60 is nothing but opposite upon adjacent. Opposite side is PQ, adjacent side is OQ. So OP is PQ is root 3 upon 2 upon half. These two to get cancelled. The answer will be root 3. So tan 60 equal to root 3. Then cot 60. Cot 60 is nothing but adjacent side upon opposite side. So it is equal to half upon root 3 upon 2. It will gives us 1 upon root 3. Then the next sec 60, that is equal to hypotenuse upon sec means related to cos, so it is OQ, it is 1 upon half, that is equal to 2. And last one, cosec, or in short you can write CSC. Cosec 60 is equal to OP upon PQ, means hypotenuse upon opposite side PQ. It is equal to 1 upon root 3 upon 2. So it is equal to 2 upon root 3. So these are the trigonometric functions for angle having measure 60 degree. So this sin 60, it is nothing but sin pi by 3. It is nothing but cos pi by 3. This is tan pi by 3. This as cot pi by 3. This as sec pi by 3. And last one is cosec pi by 3. So cosec pi by 3 is equal to 2 upon root 3. Okay. It's a very simple. Just draw figure. Get the information about figure. Then draw perpendicular for a triangle, because we have taken particular angle here. Particular angle in first quadrant has having measure 60 degree. So we get here 30, 60, 90 degree triangle, and using that property of this triangle, find the remaining sides, and using all the sides you can write easily all trigonometric functions. Okay. Now see the second angle in second quadrant. Okay. Now see the second example of angle in second quadrant. This second angle is, let us take here 150 degree is nothing but this much is 90 plus 60, so it is equal to 150 degree. So out of this 90 degree, 60 degrees here, so remaining angle has measured 30, means angle POX dash has measured 30 degree. This angle has measured 30, like this. Okay, so to form a triangle, let us draw perpendicular from point P on x-axis Q. So we get this triangle OPQ. So 150 is nothing but how many times 30 degree? 150 is nothing but 5 times 30 degree, and 30 degree is nothing but pi by 6. So it is equal to 5 pi by 6 radian. It's very simple. Convert this 150. 150 is nothing but 5 times 30. So it is 5 into 30 is pi by 6. So we get 5 pi by 6 radian. Now consider a point PXY. But to write in this type of example, start with point PXY on a standard unit circle such that angle XOP is equal to 150 degree. That is 5 pi by 6 radian. Then draw PQ perpendicular to OX, then triangle OPQ. Here also it becomes 30 degree. This is 90, so remaining angle here has measured 60 degree. 30, 60 degree, 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Now in this triangle again, as this is standard unit circle, so the radius of circle OP is equal to 1. So this 1 is nothing but the hypotenuse. So side opposite to 30 degree is half of the hypotenuse. So it is half. So this PQ equal to half. Therefore is 30, 60, 90 and OP equal to 1. Therefore PQ is side opposite to 30, so it is equal to half, and OQ is the side opposite to 60 degree. It is root 3 upon 2 times the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is 1. That's why OQ is equal to root 3 upon 2. Okay. Now once again we get here 3 sides of 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. So from that we can write the all trigonometric ratios. Let us write first sine. Now here in second quadrant, as point P lies in second quadrant, here sine and cosec, this sine and cosec are positive, others are negative, because here sine theta is equal to opposite side upon hypotenuse and it is equal to y upon r. What is it? Y upon r. And in this second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. Signs are negative, positive. Means this is cos ratio first, second sign is for sine ratio. So sine is positive. Obviously, whenever sine is positive, cosec will be positive. So we will use now, instead of these sides, we will take x, y and r. Now in case of cos, here sine 150 degree. 150 why? Because due to 150, our angle is in second quadrant, not because of 30 degree. Okay, we are finding the trigonometric ratios for angle 150 degree. So we write 150 in each case. So okay, instead of that we will consider here x upon r equal to, or PQ is nothing but y, tan is y upon x, cot is x upon y, and OP, that is r upon x, and it is equal to r upon y. So it is equal. Now let us write the values of trigonometric functions. Here the sin 150 is y upon r. Here y, x is negative, y is positive. So this y is positive, that is half, and r is 1, it is always positive. So answer is half. Now the second one, x upon r. Here x is negative, or from these two also values we can write the coordinates of point P as, coordinates of point P will be x, x means minus root 3 upon 2, and y is half. So use the values of these x, y and r here. No need to write the opposite sides and adjacent sides or hypotenuse. So without writing this part also, we can write the trigonometric ratios here. Okay. Let us see how we get the second. Cos 150, it is x upon r. X is minus root 3 upon 2, and r is 1. So answer is minus root 3 upon 2. Tan 150 is y upon x. Y is half. X is minus root 3 upon 2. 2 to get cancelled, we get is minus 1 upon root 3. Cot 150, that is x upon y. X is minus root 3 by 2. Y is half, so it is equal to minus root 3. Then next, sec 150. Sec is nothing but r upon x. R is 1. X is minus half. Sorry, x is minus root 3 upon 2. So we get this as minus 2 upon root 3. And last one, cosec 150 is equal to r upon y, that is 1 upon a half. So it is equal to 2. So these are the values of these trigonometric ratios for angle 150 degree. Okay, let us see what to do. First, draw the standard unit circle. Take point in second quadrant having inclination 150 degree, that is 5 pi by 6. So draw again perpendicular from 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. Write the lengths of these sides, or this PQ is equal to half. This PQ is equal to half is nothing but the y coordinates. So PQ equal to half, you can write that is y equal to half, and OQ is nothing but x is equal to minus root 3 upon 2. Here x is negative because point is in second quadrant. Okay, so x is negative, so use those positive negative values. As y is positive, sine ratio y upon r and cosec ratio r upon y, these two are positive, remaining are negative. These four ratios are negative. Okay, that is the trigonometric functions of for angle in second quadrant. Okay, now let us see one angle in third quadrant. Now see one more example of particular angle in quadrant 3. Let the measure of angle be 2 to 5 degree. This 2 to 5 degree is nothing but five into 45 degree, and it is nothing but 5 into pi by 4 radian, that is 5 pi by 4 radian. So this 2 to 5 degree is nothing but 5 pi by 4 radian. And for this angle, we will find the trigonometric functions. Once again, we will take point P in this third quadrant such that angle XOP is equal to 225 degree, and it is nothing but 5 times pi by 4 radian. Okay, so consider a point PXY on a standard unit circle such that angle XOP is equal to 2 pi. Then draw PQ perpendicular to OX. We can draw perpendicular on axis x-axis or on y-axis also. Now in this case we will draw perpendicular on y-axis. Let us take this change. So PQ is perpendicular to y-axis, that is OY dash. This y is nothing but OY dash. Then that perpendicular, let us suppose, meet on x-axis, y-axis at point Q. So this PQ is perpendicular to this negative y-axis. So we get triangle OPQ in which this is right angle and the measure of this angle is 225. So it is 180 plus 45. This 225 is nothing but 180 plus 45, or we can write it as 270 minus 45. We get the same. So this is total 270 minus 45. So this angle has measure 45 because this is also of measure 45. So in triangle OPQ, this angle O is 45, then angle P is also of measure 45 because angle Q is right angle here. So triangle OPQ is a 45 degree 90 degree triangle, and in this triangle OP is equal to 1. Then PQ is nothing but, what is PQ? PQ is side opposite to 45, and in right angle triangle side opposite to 45 degree is 1 upon root 2 times the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is our unit, that is 1. So it is 1 upon root 2. And the side opposite to another 45, that is OQ, is also equal to 1 upon root 2 times hypotenuse, that is 1. So 1 upon root 2 into 1 is 1 upon root 2. As point P lies in, where is point P? Point P is in third quadrant. Therefore, as point P lies in third quadrant, its x coordinate is negative, y coordinate is also negative. Okay, both x and y coordinates are negative. So this PQ gives us x coordinate that is negative. Therefore, our x is equal to, here x is equal to minus 1 upon root 2, and OQ gives us y coordinate. So y coordinate is also equal to negative 1 upon root 2. So the coordinates of point P are, so the coordinates of this point P are nothing but minus 1 upon root 2 and minus 1 upon root 2. Okay. Now knowing these values of x, y, and obviously r is equal to 1. OP is equal to r and it is equal to 1. So now write the trigonometric functions here for angle 225. So cos 225 degree, tan 225 degree, cot 225 degree, sec 225 degree, and last one cosec 225 degree. Sin 225 is y upon r, y is minus 1 upon root 2, x is also minus 1 upon root 2, and r is equal to 1. So using those values we get minus 1 upon root 2 upon 1 is equal to minus 1 upon root 2. cos is x upon r, x is also minus 1 upon root 2 upon 1, so it is equal to minus 1 upon root 2. Here y is minus 1 upon root 2, x is also minus 1 upon root 2, so it is equal to 1. Because both are same, so their division is 1. Now here cot x is the same once again, minus 1 upon root 2 and minus 1 upon root 2, so answer will be 1 again. What about sec 2 to 5? It is r upon x, r is our 1, x is minus 1 upon root 2, so it is minus root 2. Cosec is r upon y, it is 1 upon minus 1 upon root 2, so it is once again minus 1. So if you observe all these trigonometric ratios, then out of these trigonometric ratios, tan and cot are positive. Why? Because here tan is positive, here sin is positive, here all are positive, and here cos and sec are positive. So tan and cot are positive in third quadrant. So we get tan 2 to 5 and cot 2 to 5 equal to 1, which are positive, and the remaining are negative. So these are only positive trigonometric ratios. Okay, so this is the third example of angle in third quadrant. And that particular angle is 5 pi by 4 radian or 2 to 5 degree. Okay, now see one more example in which we will take angle in fourth quadrant. Okay. Now let us see fourth particular angle in fourth quadrant. We have taken the measure of angle is equal to 330 degree. 330 degree lies in fourth quadrant. So here the terminal arm of angle XOP lies in fourth quadrant. So for that we have considered a point PXY on a standard unit circle such that angle XOP is equal to 330 degree. This 330 is nothing but this 3, 6, 9 and to 11. So it is 11 pi by 3 radian. Okay, because 12 into 30 will gives us 360. So it is 11 times 30 degree. 330 is nothing but 11 into 30, and it is equal to 11 times pi by 3 radian. So this 330 is nothing but 11 pi by 3 radian. Okay, that is our angle. Now if we take this angle, we will draw perpendicular from the point P, which is on circle on either x-axis or on y-axis. We can take any one angle, any one perpendicular. Let us, here we will draw the perpendicular on y-axis here. So this is point Q. Q is the foot of the perpendicular. So this triangle OPQ has measured, because this is 330 degree, this much is 90, 180, 270. 270 plus 60 is equal to 330. So this angle has measured 60 degree. Here angle POQ has measured 60 degree. This angle Q is right angle, so remaining angle has measured 30 degree. So angle OPQ has measured 30 degree. Is it okay? Understood how we get here 30, 60, 90 degree triangle? So triangle OPQ is a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. It's a 30 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree triangle. And here the OP is equal to 1. Let us find the values of OP, OQ, and from that the values of X and Y. Here OP is equal to 1, PQ. PQ is side opposite to 60. Whenever the hypotenuse is 1, y hypotenuse is 1, because we have taken here standard unit circle. So radius of that circle OP is equal to 1, and PQ is side opposite to 60, so it's root 3 upon 2 times hypotenuse, that is 1, so it will be root 3 upon 2, and OQ, that is the side opposite to 30 degree, so it is half of the hypotenuse. So this value is half, this value is root 3 upon 2. As a distance it is positive. Okay, but what is the main important point here to remember, that as point P lies in fourth quadrant, here point P is in fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, quadrants of P are x is positive, y is negative. So these quadrants are positive and negative. So we get P is equal to here x. Its x quadrant is negative. What is x? X is this root 3 upon 2. So this x is positive, and y is half, but y is negative y axis, so it's minus 1 upon 2. So the quadrants of P will be root 3 upon 2 and minus half. Therefore here x is root 3 upon 2 and y is minus half, and r is 1 as it is. Okay, so these are the changes related to this angle. Okay, now let us find the trigonometric functions for angle 2 to 5. So sine 2 to 5, sorry, not 2 to 5, 330, it's previous one, 330 degree, cos 330 degree, tan 330 degree, cot 330 degree, sec 330, and last one cosec 330 degree. As per the definitions, sin theta is equal to y upon r, or y is negative half, it's negative half, r is 1, so we get answer minus half. X is positive root 3 upon 2, so it's root 3 upon 2 upon 1, it is equal to root 3 upon 2. Tan 330 is y upon x, y is negative half, x is half of root 3, this half of the cancel remains minus 1 upon root 3. This cot 330 is x upon y, x is root 3 upon 2 and y is negative half, so it is equal to minus root 3. Sec 330 is equal to r upon x, r is 1, x is root 3 upon 2 which is positive, so we get answer equal to 2 upon root 3. Last one, cosec 330 equal to r upon y, r is 1 and y is negative half, so it is equal to minus 2. Now if we observe the values of all trigonometric functions, then here cos 330 degree and sec 330, only these two numbers are positive, root 3 upon 2 and 2 upon root 3, because in fourth quadrant cos and sec are positive, so we get those two positive values, and the remaining are negative, negative half, negative 1 upon root 3 minus root 3 and minus 2. So these are negative. Okay, it also verified here. So in the similar way, we have found the trigonometric functions of one angle 330 degree which lies in fourth quadrant. So we have to follow this method to find the all trigonometric functions of given specific angles in quadrants. There may be angle 330, so it will be here. For that also you can form triangle 30, 60, 90 by drawing perpendicular on either x-axis or on y-axis. Okay, so I think this much is enough about trigonometric functions of some specific angles. Now if different angles are given, then you can follow the same method. Okay, in some cases if coordinates of points are given, x and y, some examples are there in which x and y will be given, and using those values of x and y you have to find the value of r, because whenever you know x and y, this one is y, this one is x. So x square plus y square is equal to this r square. From that you can find easily the radius or the distance of that point from the origin, and knowing the values of x, y and r, you can find the all trigonometric ratios. Okay.